You don't feel like it today, do you? You didn't feel like it yesterday either. I feel the same way. You're tired, you're overwhelmed. You keep saying, I just need a little motivation. But motivation is a terrible master. It's fleeting. It disappears the moment life gets inconvenient. And right now, life feels like one long inconvenience. Let me tell you something I wish someone told me when I felt stuck. You don't need motivation to change your life. You need discipline when everything in you wants to quit. Remember what William Henley wrote in Invictus. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You've been waiting for a wave to carry you. But what if you were born to paddle through those still waters alone until the tide shifts? You're not lazy. You're just exhausted from starting and stopping, from setting goals and watching them rot because the energy ran out before the habits took hold. And no one's really telling you the truth. It's not that you need more inspiration. You need more repetition. If Batman Begins, Thomas Wayne asked Bruce, why do we fall, Bruce? So we can pick ourselves up. But we often fall and stay down, not because we're weak, but because we're told it should be easy. It's not. Building anything meaningful is war. Every day you get up, you're on the battlefield, and the enemy is comfort, excuses, and old habits. Let me tell you, the battle isn't won by who swings the sword the hardest. It's won by who shows up with it every day, even when it feels pointless. That's discipline. When Frodo said, I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened. Gandalf didn't say stay motivated. He said, so do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. So you don't get to choose your circumstances, but you do get to choose your response. Motivation is an emotional high. Discipline is a decision when you make when there's nothing left in the tank. You don't feel like working out? That's good. Do it anyway. You don't feel like studying? Excellent. Now is when the learning counts. You're not in the mood to build, to create, to try again? Perfect. Now is when most people quit. You won't. Why? Because you're training your mind to obey your purpose, not your mood. The samurai didn't ask for motivation. They lived by code. And in the book of 5 Rings, Miyamoto Musashi wrote, you may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. In other words, your feelings are disposable. Your character is not. People ask, but what if I'm broken? What if I fail too many times? Let me tell you something. You are not broken. You are simply unpracticed in the art of persistence. Michael Jordan missed over 9,000 shots. He said, I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. You know what that means? Failure isn't your enemy. Comfort is. You think the path is supposed to feel right, but most progress feels wrong before it feels worth it. That's why people quit. Not because they're incapable, because discipline feels lonely. It doesn't cheer for you. It doesn't clap when you succeed. It just keeps whispering, keep going, keep going, keep going. And eventually you look back and realize you built something out of nothing, without waiting, without whining, without motivation. Let's be real. Life won't always hand you inspiration. It'll hand you traffic, the bills will come in, deadlines, rejection, fatigue. But here's what you got that no one can take away from you. Your ability to act, regardless of how you feel. That's power. That's freedom. That's the warrior's way. As Luffy once said, power isn't determined by your size, but the size of your heart and dreams. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be hyped. You just gotta be consistent. Show up for yourself when no one else does. Make the boring days count. Stack those invisible wins. And someday soon, people will call you lucky, not knowing how many silent battles you won with nothing but grit. Because here's what nobody tells you. The version of you that you admire in your head, the one who is strong, confident, focused, that version is not buried under motivation. It's buried under your habits. You've already got what it takes. It's just locked away, waiting for repetition to find the key. When The Office ended, Andy Bernard said, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Well, these slow, quiet days where you're building brick by brick, these are the good days in disguise. You won't realize it now, but later, you look back at the version of you who kept showing up in the dark. The one who didn't fold, didn't skip, didn't need applause. You'll whisper, thank you. Thank you for not needing to feel like it. Thank you for staying disciplined. And listen, I know what it's like to feel alone in your grind. I feel it all the time. To wake up and feel like nobody sees how hard you're trying. To keep doing the right thing with no reward in sight. That's a part of the movie people skip. The montage, the middle, the boring showing up everyday sequence. But that part, that's where your real story is written. You don't become legendary by being dramatic. You become legendary by being deliberate. One page written in silence. One workout done in frustration. One habit repeated through exhaustion. That's how you win. You don't need a fire under you. You are the fire. And if today felt slow, that's good. It means you're in a part of the journey where you're building resilience, the part that makes the victory mean something. So if your situation feels stuck, then change yourself. Not with the loud declarations, but with small decisions every single day. Because the truth is, the most dangerous person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who doesn't rely on emotion to act. That's who you're becoming. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to move anyway. You don't need energy. You need identity. You are the type of person who shows up. You are the type of person who finishes what they start. You are the type of person who stays disciplined even when it's boring, even when it's hard, and even when it's thankless. Because someday the world will see your result, but you will remember your process. You're different now. You're not waiting on motivation. You're building something that lasts longer than emotion. You're building legacy. You're building muscle, physical and mental. You're building a mindset that doesn't flinch under pressure. And even if the world never claps for you, you'll know. You'll know what you're made of. So if you're tired, then rest, but don't stop. If you're doubting yourself, feel it, but don't let it make your choices. And if you feel like giving up, don't. Instead, say it with me, loud, quiet, whisper, or scream. No motivation, no problem. I stay disciplined every day, no matter what. And don't forget, always put God first.